Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about something more on the serious side. I am going to be talking about my addiction, my problem with my addiction, and it's not an ordinary addiction. My addiction is men. I know a lot of you are probably wondering, how are you addicted to men? Make it make sense, and I will get into that a little bit later, but I'm going to be explaining how it all started, why I believe it started, and where I'm at right now with my addiction. This addiction has really taken a huge toll in my life, in my relationships, in my friendships, in my family members. It has really consumed my life. So ever since I was young, I was always bullied, I was always made fun of, I was always told that I was ugly, I didn't really have friends, no one really out there to, help me, and I was a very lonely person. When I turned 16, that's when I had my first experience with a man. I'm not going to say the actual terminology because YouTube is going to get me in trouble if I say that, but I had my first experience with a man, and that is pretty much when everything started. I was 16 going to my senior year of high school, and I had my first experience with a man, and it felt very empowering. I finally felt loved. I finally felt like someone liked me. I finally felt just that instant gratification, that feeling of someone liking you, of someone spending time with you, of someone just making you feel really, really good. And that's just when it all started. Obviously, intercourse feels great. Who does not love that feeling? It feels really, really good physically, but for me it felt good emotionally more than it did physically. So emotionally, I felt loved, I felt included, that instant gratification was there. And before you knew it, I started looking for intercourse more and more. Not because I liked the person, not because we had a connection, but because I wanted to feel that instant gratification, which is very, very, very scary. So it started off very, very slow. I started at 16, and I think it got really, really bad when I was 17. Once I graduated from high school, I started college, but at the same time, I was addicted. And I was having intercourse with many, many men. Men that I did not know. Men that I did not know was clean. Men that could have potentially hurt me. I am clean. I really want to say that. I get tested very, very often, and I don't want people to think that I am not clean or that I have anything. I am very, very much so clean. I get tested on the regular, but obviously being addicted to men and intercourse, it gives high risks of STDs. And I think it's important that I share that you better use protection, better get tested, because that's just the way to go. So when I graduated high school, I was like 17, I started having intercourse with a lot of men. Like I said before, not because I liked them, not because there was a physical attraction, but just because it made me feel good. My brain was feeling really, really happy. I was feeling loved, and it kind of just got worse from there. Being addicted to men and intercourse, it gives you a very, very high, but then it gives you a very low. So it was this cycle of going out there, having intercourse, feeling so good, and then coming back home and realizing what I did and feeling really, really bad. It was a really, really toxic cycle. So I ended up dropping out of college because I was depressed and I was going through a very, very hard time. But I had a lot of free time, and in that free time, I ended up going crazy with men. And it was a toxic cycle. I don't think my parents knew what was going on. I kept this a very, very huge secret, but now I'm sharing this and putting this in the world because I know that there's people out there who have a very toxic relationship with intercourse or men or women or whatever the case may be. So I ended up getting a job, and I was actually fired for many, many reasons from that job. But one of the reasons is I started coming in late. I started not showing up. And the reason why I've been going late to work and not showing up is because I've been having intercourse with men. I would have intercourse right before work, and then I would get late, or I would not go to work to have intercourse. And then I got fired. So that happened. Then things changed a little bit. I started transitioning, and now as a trans girl, I get hit on by so much more men that I was getting hit on when I was a guy. So I get hit on like 3 times as much as I was. So the possibility of me having intercourse were so much higher. It was like this whole new world. The gay world and the straight world is completely different. I think I'm going to make a video about that, like dating as a gay guy and dating as a trans girl and the differences of that. But I started having more men that were attracted to me and that wanted to experiment and things like that. And I took that and I ran with it, and I just went ham. And I'm sitting here with a smile on my face, but honestly, this is something that has really, really been an issue. Yesterday I had an episode and it went really, really bad, and I'm just here to talk about it and to spread awareness and to share my story. But I don't want to seem like I'm happy and that everything is fine, because it's not fine. I'm still going through it. I'm still going to therapy for it. And it's still a recurring issue. So I ended up finding my ex-boyfriend, and we dated for 9 months. But being addicted to men and sexual intercourse, I wasn't really addicted to the intercourse. I think I was just addicted from the instant gratification and having intercourse with many men and feeling loved by many men. That's what gets me going. That's what I like. In my first relationship, I was not loyal. I was not loyal. That's why I'm saying that this has really affected me with my relationships with my boyfriends or my friends, and I will get into the friends section a little bit later. But I ended up cheating on my boyfriend many, many, many times because of my addiction. And this is something that's just crazy, because he was a very loving person, and he treated me really, really nice, and he didn't do anything bad. I just had an addiction that I was untreated. So yeah, we ended up breaking up, and still had my addiction. Loved the attention, was craving the attention, and I continued my very bad addiction. Like I said before, this addiction has really taken a toll on my life. I could not keep a stable relationship. I could not have a stable job without getting fired because of getting too late or not showing up for my addiction. Just many, many things. And it's very serious. When I'm craving my addiction, I crave it and I go full force and I look for it. And if I don't find it, I get crazy. I start crying, I start hyperventilating, I get anxiety, I go crazy, I throw tantrums. And I think this is very mature of me to make a video about this. Not only is this embarrassing, but I'm really putting myself out there and talking about something that is just crazy. I never thought I would be making a video like this, like at all. But being addicted to men and intercourse, there's a lot of risks involved when you are addicted to that. And I have been abused physically. I have been in many, I don't think I can say the word on YouTube, but I have had a fair share of dangers and bad hookups. I don't want to get emotional, but and I know that you're not supposed to say it's your fault, but honestly it is my fault because I'm the one that looks for it, and sometimes things do not go well, and sometimes I end up leaving bruised up and just not looking good. I'm trying to say it without really saying it because YouTube would not let me say it. So it's very dangerous. STDs, very, very dangerous with STDs. It's just so much issues that goes into this addiction. So I ended up meeting my other ex-boyfriend, and once again, I was unfaithful. I didn't cheat on him, but there are things that I did that I guess would be considered cheating. And the most recent thing that I did about my addiction is I ended up talking to one of my very, very good friends' ex-boyfriends. And this is another thing. This addiction makes me do really, really stupid things. I really crave that instant gratification, and I find that everywhere, and it just makes me do really, really dumb things. So I saw one of my really good friends' ex-boyfriends on a dating app, and I knew who he was, and I knew that it was her ex-boyfriend, and my dumb butt ended up talking to him and trying to get with him. So like I said, this addiction has really taken a toll in my relationships and my friendships, and I take full accountability for that. I am an idiot. I did not think about our friendship. I just acted, and I am a complete idiot. So if she's watching this, if you're watching this, I sincerely apologize as a human being. That's so messed up to do. I am so sorry for doing that, but I take full accountability. I know I have issues. I know I have problems. I'm currently going to therapy, and I talk about my addiction with my therapists and my impulsiveness with my therapist, and I'm on medication to better myself, and I feel like I've been doing a little bit better. But yesterday I had an episode where I really was craving that instant gratification, and I did not get it, and I ended up just going crazy. I started screaming at my parents. I started going insane. And if you have a similar issue, I ended up getting caught off because someone decided to call me. But like I was saying, if you have similar experiences, if you have problems with addiction, you can definitely leave a comment sharing your story. I'm definitely going to answer all the comments because this is a very touchy subject. I cannot believe I actually filmed this video. That's why a lot of my story times are about men and dating and hookups, because that is honestly what my life is revolved around, which is so sad. But like I said, I'm currently getting help. I'm trying to better myself and figure things out, but currently I have an issue that I can't seem to control, and I crave attention from men, I crave hookups, I crave men, and for me it's the different types of men. I want instant gratification from like variety of men to make me feel good, which is super sick, and I feel like my parents are going to be really mad at me for posting this because it's quite embarrassing to talk about this to talk about my infidelities, to talk about addiction, to talk about all of these things. It's very sad and embarrassing. And I'm not trying to embarrass my family. This is my issue. This is an issue that I am personally going through. If you have any advice as well, definitely leave it in the comment section below. I'm trying really, really hard. I have a group of people that I talk to help me, and my therapists have been really, really understanding and helpful. But yeah, I have an addiction. I am addicted to, I guess you could just say I'm a very promiscuous person, and I have almost no stop to it. But yeah, that's pretty much the video. If you guys have any questions, you can also leave that in the comment section below. I am an open book. I'm sharing all of my life on YouTube, which is insane, but I hope you guys enjoy this video, learn something about me. If you're going through this, just know that you're not by yourself, and that there is going to be, better, and you're going to get help. I think that's like the number one thing, is get help before you get hurt or STDs get involved, because HIV is very much so real, and I've had a lot of HIV scares in my life. But like I said before, I am clean. I am 100% clean. I get tested all the time. I'm not the most perfect person when it comes to using protection, but I am definitely clean. And I just want to say sorry to my friend, to all of my ex-boyfriends who I've hurt, and my family and my parents, because they've obviously been there throughout all of my crazy experiences and my addiction. So I just want to apologize for those people, because I know that I've hurt them. I know that I've put them through a lot of hardships, and I am very, very much so sorry. But anyways, that is the end of the video. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I know this was more of a sad, very serious, touchy subject, but I just felt like sharing it. Yesterday, I had a meltdown, and it was really, really bad. So I just decided to talk about it, and it really, really does feel so good to just talk about it and let it out. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.